Welcome to week 3. Can you believe that you made it through 2 whole weeks already? Let's go ahead and get started with our week 3 objectives page, where you will find this video as well as the birthing interview instructions. You'll find a little bit of information about the topics that we are covering this week, and you will see our assignments as well as the due dates and the point values. So this week looks a little more intense than previous weeks, but only because not only do you have your first exam, but you also have an introduction into an assignment that's not due until the following week. So it is located here, but you still have some time to get it done. So let's go ahead and go into our module. This used to be one of my favorite activities to do with students when we were on campus. Definitely would get a lot of laughs, but was just a really cool experiment to see what it was like to go through the labor and delivery process using a balloon and a ping pong ball. So if you have any interest in doing this, I highly recommend it. It's fun. It is educational. Probably not the same as when we used to all do it together in class, but I still think it's valuable. So I have the instructions here in case you do want to try it out. Let's go ahead and go to our next page. So here are some more resources. They are not required, but they are valuable ways of seeing the labor and delivery process in 3 different scenarios. So I do have a viewer discretion advised because they are very graphic, and I kind of steer away from the fluff videos and more of the real life situations. So because of that, the YouTube videos are age restricted, so you won't be able to watch them directly in Canvas. You'll have to watch on YouTube because they are pretty graphic. There is a lot of screaming. You will see some blood, so if you are squeamish, please make sure that somebody else is home. I will warn you that when we were on campus, I've had a couple students faint, and we just recommend that you are in a safe place when you watch these videos, but they are vaginal births. So this one is the only one that isn't as graphic, but is still a great story only because this is a former MJC child development student who does vlogs and has vlogged and videoed all of her labors and deliveries. And so this is a great example of a home birth with a complication. But I thought it was extra special because Jess was a former student. So those are just some videos for you to watch if you've never experienced labor and delivery, or if you want to see a visual example of what you're reading about. Those are wonderful references. So let's go on to our actual assignments. It's important to note that for this discussion, you will have a video that you're watching, and then you're going to also use your some of your responses from your birthing interview. So it's a great idea to at least do the interview before you do this discussion. And I'll tell you why. You don't have to complete the actual write-up, but interview somebody before you respond to this discussion post. And the reason I say that is because we're going to talk about the disproportionate impact of maternal death on women of color in this discussion. And so once you watch this truly heartbreaking video, but informative video about the statistics of the maternal death for Black mothers. I would like you to summarize or respond to the video. But also, what I'd like you to do is consider other characteristics, maternal characteristics, family characteristics, that might also impact the quality of care that a birthing mother receives when she's going through the labor and delivery process. Specifically, consider the woman or the person that you have interviewed for your birthing interview, and did they have a positive or negative experience? If they had a positive experience, what characteristics might have influenced that? If they had a negative experience, what characteristics could have influenced that negative experience? I want you to do some critical thinking here. Think about education level, think about race, think about language, think about socioeconomic status, think about age. So keep these considerations in mind when you are responding to the video. And then you will be replying to 2 peers and thinking about and critically examining what characteristic they posted about, and your response should be about 75 to 150 words. So you will have to reply with your initial post before you see anyone else's discussion post. So it's important to remember, reply first, then you'll be able to respond. Okay. Let's go to the next assignment. You have another Play, Pause It, Study lecture for Chapter 3. Again, you press play, you answer the questions, and you can take this as many times as you need to. It really is just to help you to prepare for the quiz. Let's go ahead and go to the birthing interview. So this is just an introduction to this assignment. You have a video here with an in-depth instruction video for you to really get more information about what my expectations are of this assignment. This was recorded last semester, but everything is still accurate as far as what's required of the birthing interview. The only thing that's different is the due date. It's due on February 6th, and I will accept it until February 13th, but I do take off that 10% per day. So please watch this video for more information about this assignment. Now, I will go ahead and go to our Chapter 3 reading quiz. So same concept as your previous reading quizzes. You can open and close it as many times as you need to as you're reading, but do not hit submit until you are absolutely finished with your quiz. Now, this is the first week that you're going to have an exam. Your exams are going to happen every 3 weeks, and they'll cover the 3 chapters within those 3 weeks. So this first exam is on chapters 1, 2, and 3. For an exam, it differs from a quiz because you only get 1 attempt and it is a timed exam. It is open all week for you to choose which 60 minutes you'd like to attempt the exam, but I suggest you choose a time where you have limited distractions. You have 60 minutes to dedicate to taking the exam. You've studied your Play, Pause It lectures. You've studied your previous quizzes. You feel confident in taking this exam. If you have any accommodations, like time extension from the DSPS office, please make sure that you email me your accommodation form before you take this exam so that I can make sure that your accommodations have been set before you take the exam. So that is the very last thing that you will do in week 3, but it is a busy week. So I hope you have a great rest of your week. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Take care.